Lions and the Packers, let's talk about that briefly. That's one of the biggest games of the day. That could determine the NFC North. It could determine the number 1 seed in the NFC. Question mark for the Packers, though. Jordan Love exited the game last week with the groin injury. It happened twice, first half and second half. He's doing everything he can to come back and play. I think he came back too early from the knee injury. He wasn't the same guy against the Vikings. I just wonder who the grown-up is in the room that will say to Jordan Love, Jordan, it's fine. You're not going to lose your job to Malik Willis. We paid you $55 million a year. Let's get healthy. Let's not get caught up in, I got to get back and play. They got their bye next week. This is a great opportunity for him to go 3 weeks between games and get himself healthy. I'm afraid he's not going to be ready. It's going to show in his play, and he's potentially going to aggravate the injury.
And I tell you, even if they say if they don't win the division, but giving Jordan Love, like you talked about, Mike, and that was the first thing that I thought about, giving him 3 weeks. 3 weeks changes your mindset. It changes your body. It's such a long time during the football season to be able to get 3 weeks of rest, rehabilitation, and recovery. I agree with you, Mike. There's no way that I would even think about playing him. But even when he came off the knee injury, I had said it on the big show. I said, he's come back too soon. It's like he's rushing. We know that he's a competitor, that he's a highly competitive kid, that he wants to be out there. But at the end of the day, it's the rest that's going to really help him the second part of the season. And that's what he needs.
There was talk as of Wednesday he might not practice at all this week and still potentially play. He did practice Thursday. He was limited. Let's hear a little bit from Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Packers, on Jordan Love as he tries to will himself onto the field for Sunday's game.
To me, what factors is, can you protect yourself or not? And, can you function at a high level, a winning level? And so we'll see where he's at. You got to be able to get out of harm's way if it comes your way. And you got to be able to function and do the things that we need you to do and that he feels comfortable doing. And if he can't, then he won't play.
That all sounds good in isolation, Rodney, but why was he still in the game on Sunday if that's all true? He clearly was impaired after he originally injured the groin. He had no mobility. LaFleur told Fox that going to either into the locker room or out of the locker room at halftime. He couldn't protect himself. He couldn't function at an appropriate level. I just don't know who's there to say to Jordan Love, hey, Jordan, you've got to sit down. You've got to come out of the game. You're going to get yourself hurt worse. You're not going to help the team. We got a backup who plays well. You're not going to lose your job to him. Let's do the smart thing here.
But it's the head coach. It's the head coach. And he's the guy that has to have the big overall picture and say, you know what, we really want to beat the Detroit Lions. Yes, we're vying for the division. But at the end of the day, this young man having 3 weeks off and really getting himself mentally and physically prepared for the second half of the season, that's the most important thing. The Packers are a team, they're not afraid to go on the road. They can go on the road and play a playoff team. We saw that last year with the Dallas Cowboys. They're not afraid to go on the road and beat teams. But Jordan Love is just so highly competitive. He wants to be out there. But it comes from the head coach. I'm saying, look, Jordan, you're going to chill these next 2 to 3 weeks. You're going to recover mentally, physically. You're going to continue to build your relationship with these young players. We're going to run the football. We're going to do what we got to do with Willis. But at the end of the day, I'm shutting you down. And that comes from the head coach.
Speaking of going on the road, the Lions, this is the first outdoor game for them all year long, and they haven't won 3 in a row at Lambeau Field or at Green Bay because they used to play half the season at County Stadium, Milwaukee, and half at Lambeau Field, but they haven't won 3 in a row at Green Bay since 86 through 88, before Brett Favre, before Don Mikowski took over in 89 and kind of turned the Packers around. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.